So you don't want to be part of the woke mob. Are there any alternatives? Well, today we're going to find out. So, after watching us tear down the monuments of the people who attacked America, they went out to tear down the Capitol and everything America was founded upon. Is the woke mob just getting racist Karens fired, using plural pronouns for individuals, having your son put on a wig and try out for the girls' sports team and then winning it all? How about the AOC and Ilhan can't take a joke? To call the extremes woke is to miss the point. So let's talk about the sleep mob. You want to be in the group with the rabid cult-like support for an adulterer who brags about sexual assault? Marching the streets with tiki torches, constantly standing around in paramilitary garb and weapons, claiming ignorance of all races and cultures or science is patriotic and bigotry and stupidity is a right? All for canceling Kathy Griffin for a joke in her free speech, Janet Jackson for having her top ripped off, Colin Kaepernick can be canceled. Hey, get all of them out of there, right? Just for T-bowing. Trying to kidnap a governor, being racist at school board meetings for kids learning history and believing in a pedophile ring, which, of course, Trump had 4 years to get rid of. But the only thing that happened is he was caught hanging out with Epstein. So and for saying creepy shit about Ivanka. But hey, then we can talk about COVID. First it's going to be flu-like, then fade for summer of 2020. Then there was going to be herd immunity. Then after the election, COVID. You won't hear about it anymore after the election. But it's been a year. No one's DNA is altered. The Democratic plot, starring DeSantis reporting Florida's numbers to Trump. I don't know which one of those was the Democrat in that scenario, but which one's the Democrat? It's a Democratic plot that's going on all over the world with governments who have conflicting interests, but you got it all narrowed down because you got it all figured out because you do your own research. Don't want to be part of the woke mob, like Aaron Rodgers, right? Because he shouldn't have to cover up for a virus he doesn't have. But you're on TV because you do have the damn virus and you're sick and you could have been giving it to other people to take home to their families. So you do have it, you dummy. Then, hey, be part of the other crowd. Here's your tiki torch, your horse dewormer, your AR-15, join the other sleep mob attacking the police and elected officials. The CIA monitors countries and rates instability. That way they can kind of gauge and anticipate who might collapse in the Civil War, who might be, now the CIA may be using it to tip people over into anarchy or into Civil War. But at any rate, they have standards that they judge countries on and decide if they're still a democracy or an autocracy or an anocracy, somewhere in the middle, which is teetering this way to just completely losing it all and ending up with some cult leader. Well, by our own standards, you'll be happy to know after January 6th, by our own metrics, we are no longer a democracy. We are now an anocracy on our way to autocracy or very likely oblivion because, of course, if this country does keep pressing to get its civil war, there are plenty of opportunistic countries that are going to be able to take our place. So we are no longer considered a democracy. We have all of these autocratic things like governors like DeSantis and what's his name in Texas? I can't think of it off the top. But who are just going to, Florida came up with that they're going to have long lines. They're going to try to make it as impossible for people to vote as much as they can. But you can't even give water to people because if standing in line or seeing the lions doesn't deter people enough, maybe the Florida sun will. And you go, well, elections are held in November. It's 2 days after Christmas. It's 78 degrees. November, we might still be in the 90s, especially with that global warming that doesn't exist. So in less than 2 years, the sleep mob will have killed more Americans than all the wars we've been involved in, and all of our external enemies, and the American experiment. Both of those are fact. We're no longer classified a democracy, and people are really dead from COVID. So COVID actually killed, despite what you said. And you didn't save democracy on January 6th. You killed it. You knocked us off the list of democratic countries. So we're no longer a democracy officially. So that's where we are. And those are your actual choices. Whether you want to be part of the woke mob or the sleep mob that believes 74 million votes is more than 81 million votes and is looking for ways to change the rules at the state level. So before you get to mocking the woke mob, make sure you're not in the joke mob.